Okay, hey guys, I decided while I'm here making a video, I could do a book review since I just did a book haul and we haven't been posting videos, so I thought I might as well get on that. So, right before I bought all those books, I finished Renegade by J.A. Saunders, and this book was so good. I don't know if any of you have read it or anything like that, but it is so good. It's about this girl named Evelyn Winter, and this is far in the future, or at least that's how it makes it seem. It's really far in the future, some dystopian novel, I guess. It's about this girl Evelyn, and she's the daughter of the people, which is kind of like princess, because they have Mother, who is their queen, and everyone calls her Mother. And she's 16 years old, and they live in this underwater utopia called Elysium, and it's a very small place. They are completely cut off from what they call the surface, which I guess is what the regular world is. And she thinks that her life is perfect, and she's always saying, "My life is just about perfect." And then a surface dweller accidentally breaks in, and she meets him, and his name is Gavin. And she gets to talk to him and try and get information out of him to how he got in. And she starts talking to him, and she starts to realize things that are kind of off about her little perfect world, and that everything she's known has kind of been a lie, and they've been programming her to think the way she thinks, but that's not actually what she thinks, if that makes any sense. And so she starts to understand that her memories are altered, her body isn't under her control, and her mother is this like crazy woman. And so, of course, her and Gavin she starts to feel these things about Gavin. And the thing with their society is they're not allowed to touch until they're coupled, which isn't really even like being married, because it's just when your genetics kind of match up. So you can be coupled with anyone, you don't necessarily have to love them. But she's feeling these things towards Gavin, and she's not supposed to touch him, but she does, and she's feeling all these things. And so her and Gavin plan to escape, because if they don't, Gavin will be killed, and she'll be stuck being brainwashed by all these people. And so it's all about them trying to escape. Okay, now if you haven't read the book, go away. Okay. So, my thoughts. I didn't really prepare for what I was going to say. I didn't even think about that. So this might be a little weird, but my thoughts on this book. When I started it, I immediately liked it because I loved how I think it was the first 3 chapters, it all started out exactly the same to make you understand that she's kind of being brainwashed. So, like when she starts out, "My life is just about perfect. Every morning, Mother has the maids wake me up at precisely 10, and then yada, 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 yada." And then chapter 2, it starts the same. Chapter 3, it starts the same. And then it kind of slowly changes because she keeps doing things wrong. And I thought that was so cool. And usually, when the main character is a girl, I don't love her. Like, I like the character a lot, but I'm not like, "Wow, this character is amazing." I usually go for the guy character because that's who I'm thinking about, and the girl character is just kind of like the girl, the main character. But I really, really loved Evelyn's character because the whole time she is trying to fight this conditioning that she's going through, and the way that even from the beginning she kind of realizes something is off, she just doesn't know what it is, and all it takes is a little bit probing. So it's not like she falls in love and suddenly she realizes, or Gavin teaches her that something's wrong. She knew this whole time, she just didn't understand what it was. And the fact that she used to be an enforcer, that blew me away. Like, I was so confused. I was like, she was an enforcer? Like, that's crazy. And, I, I loved it. I thought it was so sad how, because she was an enforcer, she's so trained to hate surface dwellers that she almost killed Gavin, and that part killed me, like the fact that she almost shot him, but then of course her love for him stopped her. And then I kind of had a feeling that once they got in the submarine and started to shoot off, that something would go wrong with her, and that like something would like explode inside of her, because ever since they talked about how they had little like things built inside of them, and the ending was not at all what I expected. How she forgot. When it said she forgot, I was like, oh my god! I almost started crying, but I'm happy with how it ended. I don't think it could have ended any other way, and it was so good. And her friend Macy made me really sad, and her mother made me so angry. I think the characters were just really dynamic, and the way it was written, so great. And I loved how the little parts at the beginning of the chapters, like these, kind of hinted at what the chapter would be about. So I'd read it and I'd be like, oh, this is going to be about the two of them together, because it's about how you're not supposed to touch and stuff like that. And it was just this whole new world, and it was so interesting, and it's unlike anything I've ever read. Like, I've read lots of dystopian books or whatever, but this one was a lot different. And usually I'm not into the whole like underwater thing, but this one wasn't really about them being underwater, so I really liked it. And look, it even has I love this little map in the beginning of it. Like, that was cool. So then I kind of had a feel like where they were and how it was going. The book just had so many layers, and I really loved that about it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Renegade.